3. Now you're ready to write out your introduction. This may be done as follows. For graph 1, we could say, this line graph clearly illustrates the sale of trucks in P3 in the last decade. The second sentence may refer to the horizontal axis and vertical axis. So in graph 1, your second sentence would read, time on the horizontal axis is plotted against sales on the vertical axis. Step 4. Now you're ready to write the body of the graph, which is represented by the line. Each sentence in the body should ideally contain 4 elements: information on the horizontal axis, information on the vertical axis, information represented by the line itself, connectives, words used to join the different sentences. In the case of graph 1, the first sentence of your body could read, as can be seen from 1987 to the end of 1988, the sale of trucks in P3 rose sharply from about 100,000 units to approximately 450,000 units. As you can see, all 4 of the elements mentioned are in this sentence. Now look at the interpretation of this graph in your notes and notice how each sentence always contains all 4 elements. Practice doing this with any graphs you can find. Step 5. Now that the body is complete, you need a conclusion. Your concluding statement should be a general observation about the overall trend. In this case, you could simply say, the sale of trucks in P3 reached a peak in 1994, but since then, sales have continued to fall. To analyse a table. Tip 1. In tables, there's always information across the top and information down the side. The information across the top is always analysed in relation to information down the side. So the introduction to this table could be, this table clearly highlights favourite pastimes in a number of European and Asian countries. The pastimes are analysed in relation to a number of nationalities, such as English, French and Chinese. The introduction for Table 2 could be, this table clearly highlights the age of individuals in Jacksonville when they first started gambling. The percentage of persons in 1980 and 1990 are analysed in relation to age groups from 10 to 40 years. Tip 2. Take a moment to analyse the table and, if possible, try to group together sections that are the same or similar. For example, in this table, the USA, Canada and Australia can be grouped together. Also, Korea and China could be combined. Then we could say, as we can see from the table, the percentage of people watching TV in the USA, Australia and Canada is approximately 60%. In these 3 countries, hobbies are also popular. Interestingly, the percentage of people who like reading is quite low at approximately 15%. Tip 3. Not every part of a table needs to be mentioned, especially if it's a large table containing lots of information. Just bring out points of interest. Tip 4. When analysing a table, you'll need to compare different features or components of it. So you'll need to use comparing words or phrases. The accompanying notes have many of these phrases for you to learn. Tip 5. To conclude, make a very general comment on one or two items that stand out. For example, finally, it's interesting to note that TV is the most popular pastime in all countries except China. This situation may change in the future as China becomes more capitalistic. Tip 6. Notice when giving an opinion, we use words like may. This indicates that the statement made is only an opinion, not a fact. Please check in your notes for further useful words or phrases to use when giving opinions. Besides graphs and tables, you may also be asked to analyse a chart or diagram. You'll find a number of these in your notes. Please study them carefully and answer the accompanying comprehension questions. These questions have been designed to help you focus on the language you'll need to complete this task. Writing Task 2. In this task, you may be asked to persuade, P, offer suggestions, S, compare and contrast, C, give causes and effects, CE, give advantages and disadvantages, AD, and other, O. It's very important for you to make a decision as to which of these tasks you're being asked to do before you start writing. Practice this skill on the following questions. Cigarette advertising should be banned. Discuss. Discuss measures that could be taken to address overpopulation in third world countries. What are the effects on young children of watching TV as opposed to reading? Discuss the causes of the escalation of crime rates in most cities. What effect does this have on society? Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of a vegetarian diet. If you're not sure about your ability to carry out this vital first step in the Task 2 writing question, please turn to the notes and study the section entitled Tips to help you decide on the correct format to use. You'll find some model Task 2 essays in your notes. Use them to practice answering the typical Task 2 questions. Also, use the Critical Thinking Guide, which has been designed to assist you to develop your own ideas about a number of different topics. This exercise is very important and very helpful, so please practice it as much as you can.